Hey everybody, it's at Amanda Renee for the Bolt Journaling channel and Bolt Journal on Facebook. I just noticed that my things are really tangly. I didn't see that until I saw myself in the thing. Anyways, happy Monday, mini deep dive day. I think my snorkel mime is getting a little bit better as we go along. Anyways, today we want to mini deep dive into inspirational pages. And just a quick example of one that I'm used to. So I gave you a cheat sheet because I don't want you to get overwhelmed when I show it to you when it's all artistically out. So this is my front of my current Bolt journal. I'm not skipping ahead and cheating and doing my new one ahead of time, of my self-care map and my values page. Some people do a mission, vision, core values statement every year or every quarter or whatever, however often they want to space it out. Right now, my values page is going along with my self-care map because that's how I'm seeing myself manifest. Like the root of my values coming out is being able to follow my self-care map to have those values to manifest, if that makes sense. So I put them on the same page together. This is in the very beginning pages that are the Roman numerals in my Moleskine professional notebook that aren't actually numbers yet. So this is what I'm using as like a reference page throughout. I think I told you that this size lasts me a quarter. So throughout that quarter, that'll be my reference page. And then the lovely thing about double stick tape is that it's pretty unmessable. So I might migrate this same one to my next quarter if I don't feel super inspired to make another one, or if I don't feel like I need another one that says something else. Make sense? So here it is. This is my self-care map on this side. And it probably looks pretty crazy when you're just looking at it going, what's going on? But I'll explain it with the cheat sheet, which I'm almost sliding onto the floor. Dysfunction junction. So, and then this side is my values study. I really messed around with different ways of how I want to put the postcard in. You can kind of, I don't know if you can see that it's kind of old. It's been hung up, it's been put thumbtacks in, etc. And I did a little pun. I said, whale, goodness me, because these are the values that I'm manifesting from my spirit animal, which is the whale. And some of those, I didn't put them all on here because I wanted to be appropriate. So I'm going to cover up the corner one. But some of them are expansive, power, inner strength, possibilities, beauty, peace, etc. The one that I'm covering up is basically a fun way to say invincible. So there's that. And if you know me and have my personal contact, then you can contact me and ask what it is. So this is just some inspirational pages for the beginning of the book. I'm not necessarily doing it because it's December and January is coming. I had versions of these already from grad school, and then I have had different iterations of, well, let's not do a self-care map because that's too artsy. Let's actually write down self-care goals. So I've been back and forth with it. For your self-care map, yours doesn't have to look like this. You could just fold your paper in quarters like I did for spacing's sake and just do 1, 2, 3, 4 if that's what you wanted to do. So the cheat sheet that I made up really quick is how I broke it down, and you could do totally different. I broke it down into 4 areas to think about to simplify it. If you want more areas or less areas, go for it. It's all you. It's customizable. It's Bolt journaling. So the 4 areas that I put were body and mind/intellect, however you want to word it. Heart/emotions, again, however your vocabulary works for you. And then spirit or spirituality. So there's 4 areas that I'm thinking about, and there they are: mind, spirit, heart, and body, sort of at the center. And then there's 4 ways I was thinking about where those areas overlap. So mind and spirit for me are overlapping in the inspiration category. And for another example, heart and body are overlapping in the celebration category. That's just what came to me with the first time I was making it was, where is it overlapping, and how am I thinking about the different ways that more than one area is just showing up, right? Even if something is not engaged in the moment, I would highly argue that at least two things are in the driver's seat in any one experience. And obviously our goal is to integrate all of them, and live a life of wholeness. But that's just an easy way where I was saying, okay, here's, mind and heart over here in declaration. The third thing to know is the 4 aspects of each singular component. So each thing, just for simplicity's sake, I'm breaking it down into the 4 biggest things. So each area, so like mind is mint green right here. There's 2 things in mint green under inspiration with mind spirit, and then there's 2 things in mint green under declaration with mind heart. So you're sort of seeing the 2 areas pull in. If I had highlighters that were as beautiful as my Sharpies, this square would be shaded mint green because this is the mind overlapping area. And then being with nature follows me to my 4th point, is that once I looked at the things that I needed in each category, I sort of found, hey, where am I being with those the most, or where am I getting the most or greatest sense of being with what I need for that area? So for me, inspiration corresponds to being with nature, and I put being with because of the expressive therapy's approach of being with something. I don't have to change it, I don't have to make it, I be with it. And then the spirit body side, which is restoration. Being with God obviously points to the restoration side, or you can say being with the universe, whatever your vocabulary is, again, not to get hung up on that. Being with family and being with self. I put capital S for self because that's the inner self. So this doesn't have goals per se. This is just a system of thinking about what does your body need, top 4 things. What does your heart need? And so this is not the answer, like, oh, my heart needs more joy, for example. This is how you sort of see into where your needs are, and then I feel like naturally I get, here I have get your love tank full and laughter over here in the heart section, and then grounding and centering is over here in the heart body section. So that's pretty simple for me to go, oh, I know how to do that because that's what I need. So it's like an easy process once you're able to sit with yourself and be honest with yourself and say, I need blah, or I need more blah, or I need new joy, whatever that is. So that's how the layout looks. Obviously it's turnable. I did a little bit different than what I did with my original layout, to where you can pretty much read it this page, because this is the cover. So you can pretty much read this page from an upward, area. We're left to right reading culture. So that goes down that side and that goes up that side. Just for accessibility's sake, but obviously I'm moving it around anyway because my whales, I tried them up here and I tried them in the middle, and I was just like, oh, I want medium space. So I feel like that actually is really visually balanced for a 2-page spread. And it's yours, it's customizable. Death to planner shame. You can have it to be turned upside down to be symbolic of thinking about everything different. You can have whatever you want. So again, this is the self-care map. And this is the values, or if you want to call it your embodiment page or your manifestation page, whatever you're seeking to manifest. And this has been for 3 years now. So this one's pretty much, some of the wording has changed, but it's pretty consistent for me that it's whaleness, and different areas will peak at different times. But that hasn't really that's probably going to migrate for a long time to other ones. So if you have any questions about a self-care map, if you would like resources or other tutorials, places to go about doing a self-care map for a different kind of way to get started for how you're building your planner and thinking about your year, or your month, or your quarter, or however you're dividing it, put a comment under the episode here, or I'm admin at Bolt Journal on Facebook. You can send me a PM there. I will totally, get you the answers or the resources or whatever if you're interested in adding that. I feel like that's a really important inside out way to build self-care and personal goals, rather than, oh, I just want this thing over here to be better, but we didn't have as much patience as we needed to manifest to make this thing over here better. Makes sense? So it's a root-based system instead of a fruit-based system, which is a big part of my personal goal setting and planning system that I'm wanting to do the webinar on next year with you guys, is to study the roots of what we're manifesting and what we're pulling through ourselves from the unseen to the seen, or from the spiritual to the physical, however you want to say that. So if you're interested in that, put that in the comments. If you have trouble with other Western-based systems of goal setting, if you have trouble sitting there going, okay, finances are over here, but that's messed up because I can't sleep enough, and it's not connecting for you, definitely PM me and let me know that you're interested in the webinar, because it's a whole different inside out personal soul-based system for how to set goals and how to think about what you want to change and how to naturally get to this is how you change it. So I'm at Ramanda Renee for Bolt Journaling. I hope that was inspirational for you, and you can go ahead and start on it now. It's December. You can wait and start on it in February after you take the webinar. It's up to you, because it's your Bolt Journal. #DeathToPlannerShame. I'll see you guys later. Bye.